Back with a review for a Shaw Brothers film. This is 1974's The Killer Snakes. That's the mundane title. The best title is Shisha Show. I really like saying that. I'll probably say it 20 times in this video, but Shisha Show was shot in Hong Kong, Kowloon, Hong Kong, which is a urban area, a very gritty, dirty urban area, and you get the feel of it with like no other feeling that you can have. I mean, it's desolate, dirty, grimy, and the film does a good job of really portraying life in a desolate urban setting like that. Nastiness. Anyway, you've got I'm not going to go through the characters' titles because I can't pronounce them, but essentially you've got a guy that's kind of a social outcast. He's a misfit living in this squalid area of Kowloon, Hong Kong, and he lives in one of the dumpy areas there. He's got a lot of emotional problems, first off. And one of his issues is he's sexually repressed. He's got sadomasochistic tendencies. He spends a lot of his time at night pouring through S&M magazines of women in bondage and things like that. But he also has an ability to communicate with snakes. And he ends up befriending a bunch of snakes accidentally. He's got some snakes, and next door, I guess a restaurant right next door to him is extracting the gallbladders of snakes and giving it to patrons that drink it with sake, I guess, because it's supposed to have all kinds of health benefits. Actually, if you look into that, the drinking of gallbladder bile like that loads you up with all kinds of parasites. It's not actually a good thing to do. But anyway, these snakes with these missing gallbladders end up getting healed over time by this guy. He becomes friends with the snakes. And then he sets about extracting his revenge on all the people that abuse and mistreat him, including prostitutes and con artists and rip-off artists and anybody that he feels like has betrayed him or done him wrong. He turns the snakes loose on them, a la Willard or Ben. It's very much a revenge movie, a nature run amuck movie, along the lines of Willard or Ben. In the mid-'70s, you had a whole slew of these things. Nature run amuck, Food of the Gods, and of course Willard set the stage for a lot of those type things. This is a rough one to watch. You've got a lot of nudity, prostitution, S&M, bondage type stuff going on. Just to set the stage for what you're getting into, in the first 5 minutes, you get this flashback scene where this guy when he was a child, he hears this whipping going on upstairs. I guess his mother and father are having this S&M bondage session. And it cuts from that to a detailed look at these guys extracting the gallbladder of a snake. I mean, that's right out of the get-go. You know what you're in for just from the opening scene. You've got snake mutilations. You've got snakes flying through the air that get samurai sworded in half. You've got snakes crawling up girls' vaginas. I mean, rough, crazy, dirty, grimy stuff, and it was great. It's the kind of drive-in schlock nastiness that I love. So I highly recommend Killer Snakes. It's a forgotten classic from the 1970s. Just be prepared to take a full shower after you're done watching it. But definitely recommend it. It's a downbeat film too. I mean, with all that as kind of the backdrop and the setting of this horror movie, the ending really is equally downbeat. And it just comes at a time, I think, when there was a real pessimism in the country, coming off of Vietnam War and those type of things. And this film certainly portrays that feeling. It also, I think, it also has some social commentary because It's set in the, like I say, it's set in the urban poverty of Kowloon, Hong Kong, and it's kind of a statement about how those areas, I think, feed these kind of predatory type people, down and out people, and those type of things. You know, it's so how much of this, from a society standpoint, is causing people to have these type of issues is debatable, but certainly the social commentary side, I think, of this film is evident. So yeah, that's Killer Snakes. This release has about, it doesn't have a whole lot of special features, but it does have a really nice, almost an hour long martial arts trailer and Shaw Brothers trailers that are, it's fantastic watching. So you do get that as a bonus, as a bunch of martial arts Shaw Brothers trailers to go along with the film. So definitely recommend it. She Shall Show. Get it.